I suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past. I was once a mage of the Royal Court of Vobert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administer to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hope to do great things for the kingdom. For the end, my knowledge brought only suffering, a plague the like of which none had ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph instead became my greatest shame. At least the Warriors of Light brought those responsible to justice. Yeah. Let's give Ardbert and his friends some credit here. Aye, that they did. I shudder to think that what might have happened if they had not. But let us return to the task at hand, finding a means by which we might revitalize the people's incorporeal aether. You think it can be done? Were the sky still ablaze with primordial light, I would call an exercise, right? Yeah, exercise in futility, but now we may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them perfect conduit for the aether revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be done, and that's all the same to you. Whatever reagents might be procured or spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well, your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. Purest of waters and finest of clays, as well as a fey lantern brimming with pixie magic. If you're convinced that the resulting familiar can help the patients, fine. Alphino, the water and clay will be simple enough, but I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean... The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Fine, we'll pay a visit to Eulmore, but I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out the Numu of Plot Any. They will be able to supply you with water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? Still remains the matter of the clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? Okay, I thought I was going to have to go get the lantern, because I'm friends with the fairies, but I guess I'm getting clay. Alright, fine. Clay from Almarang would be likely be best. Know you of anyone who might be able to assist us? Yeah, miners. The guys over at Twine. Yes, they'll be able to point you in the right direction, I'm sure. While you and the twins are occupied, I will see if aught else I can learn of the stagnation which affects the people here. Okay, let's go chat with Magnus then. This should be quick then. And he's right there. Alright. Been a while, I'm back. Ah, Masumi. Well, what a coincidence. You've come at a good time. We've just this moment finished repairing the Talos and trolley you took to Nabatha Rang. The trolley was no trouble, but the Talos would have been another matter, having not had a visit from Master Chai. Yes, I'm back. I'm doing MSQ again. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from the Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man that Chai Nuz. He seemed pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley, but Magus still refuses to see all the good we could do with it. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek, but that doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Master Chai was just being polite. And something tells me Masumi here didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What is it you need, friend? I need clay. I see. This familiar requires clay from Almarang. Well, look no further. If anyone can find you some quality clay, it's us. Saying that isn't exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other, waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Buren mines to make adobe bricks. Adobe Photoshop? Okay. Bricks. Place is swarming with coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than look there. Okay, we're gonna make some adobe bricks. The twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. Okay, thanks. You have the clay, I take it? Right, I worded that so wrong. Wonderful. We need but combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixture with the Fey Lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Beck Lug, I have a question. In the event that we had need of this spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Halric and the others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there was a chance this spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic's effects, and you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are a few in all of Norvrend more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, Masumi? She's the best woman for the job. I'll give it my all. For Halric, for Tesleen. And we're all the same, all of a mind on the matter. Alize shall be the one to conquer the I can't read, what the hell? Conjure the familiar, not conger. It's not a word. Alright. Alice is gonna work her magic. What's gonna happen?
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay?
Big brick of clay.
Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
God.
A porksy. I think I know what you mean.
This reminds me of all like the clay or pottery work I did back in middle school and high school. It was messy work. I made a few things though. Like I made a clock, or in a little bowl.
There we are. How's that?
What'd she make?
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Oh yeah, right. Alfred's an artist. I forgot.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
Okay, let's see what happens. Is it gonna be a pig or some pig-like abomination?
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Hey, we did it. We summoned a pig.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric.
Alright, what are we gonna do?
Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
Oh, so you're gonna name the pig? What you gonna name it?
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Wow. Angelo. Like the dog from Final Fantasy VIII. I doubt that's... I don't know. Is that what it's referencing? I have no idea. So what's happening? Well, whatever happened seems to be working, so that's good.
Mother,
We did it. We fixed them. So now what? Alze, what's happening? How was the Becklug? Did it work? I believe it did, and your fledgling familiar have done well, or you and your fledgling familiar have done well. And if my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Halric. As you are even now in the process of discovering, this magic asks much of the invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence that the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been the most enlightening. I will need time to put my theories to proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect. That is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transportation back to the source via Aurosite. The thought occurred to me about this treatment. Becklug said, when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body, and a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does not sound a lot like some of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases, or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. I'm thinking, who? I don't know. Oh, right! Gabu! Yes, yes, yes! Genius. Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halrick's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with earth-aspected aether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance we can save him, right? Forgive me, but who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? It's a long story. Something about a chicken nugget. I see. His condition does sound similar. Yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is a delicate work we do here, work requiring patience. Of course, as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend the time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Beck Lug and see if you can't make some headway with the newly posited theories. I will tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. Ah, the fire of youth. Let us return to the Crystarium then. Finally, I found you. Who's this? Oh, him. Kaishir. Yeah, Kaishir, what are you doing all the way out here? There's trouble back in Eulmore. Lady Chai's beside herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? Must be urgent. I take it I will be returning to the Crystarium alone. Go on then. It's not as if I have anything to do, anything for you to do. Thank you, Becklug. Right back to Eulmore, it looks like. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Eulmore is at stake. Alright, I guess we gotta go figure what the problem is. Yeah, talk to him. What's going on? What's going on, buddy? Lady Chai's up in the parlor. Best not to keep her waiting, eh? Nodding. Alright. To Eulmore. Let's do it. Later, Alze, I'll catch you probably another patch when we figure out how to fix them. Well, not here seems out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off in the distance and all that, sighing. Strange. Let's see if we can't find her and discover the source of her distress. Okay. Oh, she's... Alright, probably just like off around the corner. Wow. What a nice city this is, now that it's no longer corrupted, I guess. It's now a very fancy looking city. I like it. We're back.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
So what's the problem? Does she just want Alphino to paint?
Whatever is the matter?
To make paintings? If that's the problem, then I'll...
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
But that is the very reason I summoned you.
Oh, okay, it's not for paintings.
He's gone.
What? What happened?
No, what happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthri out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility.
So did he
Nevertheless,
run away?
Eulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
So we need to find him, I guess?
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
Yeah, the Chais are great. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. We'll find out what the problem is. We'll bring him back home.
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Yeah, alright. Rescue mission or a finding mission.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
Yeah, the Chais are fun. I like them. They're good. They're a good set of characters. Yeah. It can't. I think isn't it like a minion you can get of Miss Chai? I think from like one of the art books for Shadowbringers. I think you can get a minion of her. Oops, did not want me to talk to him. Yeah. Chai's a part of it, I suppose. They're good to me. Yeah. Notable absence. It makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word, but even if we had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here has to have seen something, I'm sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or, failing that, if you have any idea where he might have gone, I'll meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Okay, off to go rescue, or question people. By the sounds of everything, he left to fix the city, get business, security, all that stuff. A right and ethical way, I guess, so good on him. Ah, there you are. How'd you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer us clues as to Master Chai's whereabouts? Yes. Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Eulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Eulmore, I mean, not the bee. Perhaps, but the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? Question. It's we'll find out. For the people. All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown a great concern not only for Eulmore, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical then that we have consulted those within the city walls. He would wish to do the same to those without. Mossby, if you would go and make inquiries and write, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gate Town, I leave to you, Kaishir. Fair enough. Where should we meet after when we finished? Well, Top Rung would seem to be his next most likely destination. Let's reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then, but if not, we will be well situated to continue our search. Okay. So he paid a visit to both Wright and Gate Town as well, did he? I see, Kaishir and I gleaned as much the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Calusia, yet the only likely place he has left to go being Amity. Come, if we are quick, we may yet catch up with him. Okay, sounds good. We found him. Masumi, Alphnode, Kaishir, what are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word, and bade us return you to her side. What in blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. I suppose she could have overlooked it, and when she gets an idea into her head, I can only apologize. No harm done, Master Chai. Since we're here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you had been elected mayor, and from what we have gathered from the nearby villages, you have been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Calusia. That much is true, but I am by no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, it would be not right to assume the role of mayor. I see, and you believe said resources can be found here. Indeed, the people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals who are willing to lend aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. With respect, such forethought is, in itself, proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai. I'm certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. We believe in you. I wonder if it's the dwarves. Maybe. Or maybe they're here. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I've ever wanted was to make it into Eulmore. That dream's gone now. Burst like a bubble. Or a boil, more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alphanode, I haven't had a clue what to do with myself. Spent most days in a daze. But you've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot up Mount Gog, didn't you? How hard could mayoring be? You're going to steer Eulmore into a better future, I know it. And I want to help, properly help, do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with, that is. You give me entirely too much credit, the lot of you, but I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let us press on together. Thank you, Master Chai. We mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Eulmore needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I'm here, to find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man exactly, and are you certain he's here in Amity? Rendon is his name, and yes, he is, or was. I had scarcely begun to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Valthry's father when he was in office. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left. Between them, they kept Eulmore on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him here in Amity? They might be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristal then. As I recall, you made rather a favorable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us. Okay. Where are they? Oh, there he is. Okay, we can just walk over. Greetings, friend, and you too, Master Chai. I presume you're here to ask about the Rendon. I couldn't help overhearing you earlier. Your earlier exchange. Yes, well, with Valthry gone, Eulmore wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel in the hope that we could build a better Eulmore together. And that is still my wish, given how abnormally you were mistreated there. Oh, I cannot read today, Jesus. I will quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Eulmore, and I would not see you suffer for Valthry's villainy. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and little patience for anyone he deems less committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrongs of Eulmore's past, is quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear of the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes, the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive. Commit to this course, and prove to him that Eulmore has the resolve to change. The resolve to change. I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left. If you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear with your intentions. Very well, to Pit 8 we shall go, and I will not take no for an answer. Nay, not even a maybe. Here is Rendon.
Well, it's you again. Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
I didn't invite them, as it happens, though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Eulmoreans. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Valthry's villainy. The famous warriors of darkness.
That's me.
Are they now?
Yes, as you can see, I'm a Dark Knight.
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Valthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable, yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Eulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Valthry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were content to wallow in indolence under Valthry's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
I can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say. It is my hope that Eulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Eulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. Seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vor3. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on.
Yes, basically what I explained. Yeah, he wants to go out and just repair the infrastructure and economy.
But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Eulmore for the people.
He's gonna do it.
Eulmore for the people.
He's gonna do it.
I rather like the sound of that.
Hell yeah, easy.
But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office.
You would?
You ask me to help you solve Eulmore's problems, but first I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Well, there we go. Problem solved. So let's see here. Right then. Is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems Eulmore now faces. I assume you will agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Yes, meal being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option, I assume alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. The man who hungers is not like to contribute much to society, save violence perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer, and I will consider offering you my counsel. Farms, there's the farms in the nearby towns, I know that. A combination of measures would seem to be in order, one to address the immediate issue of supply, and another that of production. Go on. For the present, Eulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, a long-sustained neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability in the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up a rebuilding effort. My. Think of that all by yourself, did you? Well, yes, it began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago, after speaking with the peoples of Eulmore and the nearby settlements. You've impressed me, Chai News. Have I? I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet. Well, only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them means to do so. A fair point, Rendon, and one to which I have given much thought. I purpose the use of Talos to aid the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve the efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos, but Daedalus Stoneworks closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as the heir of Daedalus Stoneworks, it so happens that Talos are my field of expertise. And with a little help, I'm quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. Oh, and that's it? Alright. Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's go repair some golems. Finding good help. Rendon is quite right. Building a Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have. Which is why I propose to make use of long-abandoned Talos which wander the wilds of Calusia. They'll need to be deactivated, of course. If my memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at top rung. Come with me. Oh, well, okay. I guess we'll get to that. Give me a second, real quick, and we'll get right there. Anyways, we're back. So, let's chat with them. Ah, the old memory hasn't let me down. This chest contains canisters filled with dashingly potent insultating powder capable of halting the flow of aether in a Talos. We only get within throwing distance of one and let fly, thus disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be simple enough matters to get them to march to Eulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I've said before, it is high time we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Thankfully, throwing canisters is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it, Master Chai. Even if the Talos ain't a threat, there's 101 other things out there waiting to make a meal of you. That as may be, Kaishir, but Rendon tasked me with solving this problem, and I will not sit idly by while others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realized. Not this time. Which is to say, the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But I'm off to prove I'm a man worth following. I must lead by example. Well said, Master Chai. Hear, hear. Yeah, so I should go without saying that I have no intention of dying for this. I've always preferred living to see the fruits of my labors. And to make sure I do, I require your help. It is as Kaishir says, these lands are dangerous if one is not careful. I'll ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beasts that could get in the way of my work. I also need you to alert me when it's safe to subdue the Talos, understood? Oh, okay, telescope minigame. I enjoy these are fun. Good, let's be off. Let's be off to the quick way. through the north gate and see if we can find a suitable vantage point for you. Yeah, I'm usually good at these telescope mini games. Okay, so you basically just wait for everything to face the other direction, and then I click him. Alright, well that's easy enough. We did it. Again. I do believe I'm getting the hang of this. You may leave the next one to me. Oh, okay, cool. So we're done. Let's see what he does. Okay, it's just it's just easy like that. Ha, that should do it. Now we have Jesus Christ. Now we have all we need to proceed. There we go. Word soup for me. Okay, see what's happening. Oh, look at that, we did it. Guess we talk with him now and see what happens. I can scarcely believe it. It was a reckless, foolish plan, but somehow it worked. I did it. Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Eulmore's food stores showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, it is plain your time at Daedalus Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Eulmore. Thank you for your vote of confidence. The fact remains, I am wholly ignorant in the world of politics, which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Eulmore benefit of your counsel. I would be honored. When the people behold these Talos, I have no doubt they will lend you their support. It would seem Eulmore's leadership is in capable hands. Would you not agree? Yes, I agree. We should probably be getting back soon, Master Chai. After you've tinkered with the Talos and all that, Lady Chai's worried sick. Yeah, we gotta get back.
Right then. Form a line and make for Eulmore.
So I wonder if we're gonna see these these Talos guys just chilling out about the villages now, helping out. That'd be cool to see. Like when we come here in the future. Oh, just look at that. That looks pretty cool.
What's that noise? Wicked White! Runaway Talos! Call the guard!
I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, they're just gonna figure out. No, they're not. They're not attacking. They're just doing whatever.
love you!
Is that... Darling, you're back.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see. I can't.
Oh, great, she killed him.
Oh, oh dear.
He died of Kring. Oh yeah, he's just casting heal on him. Oh my god.
Oh, thank you.
If only it was that simple
Sorry, my
for other
darling.
characters.
It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Yay, time to politic.
Oh, how wonderful!
This game sometimes. Jesus. Oh, green.
Dearest, please!
Oh, that was easy. So what's next? That was quite the reception, one Master Chai will struggle to forget. More seriously, the arrival of the Talos has seized the public's attention. Once word is spread around Eulmore, it will be that much simpler to gather one and all to Master Chai, and gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. Reading. Okay. Moving forward. Is this the last one? I think so. Either this is the next one, maybe the last one. No need to fret, Masumi. I've never felt better. Cough. And not at all overawed about the prospect of addressing the assembled masses of Eulmore. After we're to do it, if we're to accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend, I suppose the only place large enough would be the Emergent. Then I will go and spread a word among the citizens, both free and bonded, that they are to assemble there to meet their new mayor. You there, Kaishir, was it? Would you go and inform the residents of Gatetown and the derelicts? Of course I will. Good lad. I'll let the guards know not to bar the way to Vothri's chambers. It goes without saying what I expect of Warrior of Darkness, that I expect the Warrior of Darkness to attend, assuming he's available. Might as well see it through to the bitter end, eh? The doorman at Crown's Lift will show you up. Okay, so we just go into... Speak with Chadden. Holy, what a name. Chadden with 2 Ds. Wow, look at him. Jesus. Yes, Master Chai told us to expect you. The Emergent is already filling up with people of all persuasions, free and bonded, citizens and non-citizens. But for you, our guest of honor, we have reserved a place at the front. Right this way, sir. Yay, cutscene. Look at that, everyone's here.
Um...
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. But before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Eulmore to look around? Tis a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthry's rule. Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, but today we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Eulmore's new beginning.
Yeah, that's me.
As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Forthry. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Eulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values. No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Forthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new, to what manner of nation Eulmore should become. Whatever the answer may be, it cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward. This much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength for Eulmore!
No one's gonna say anything? Okay. Yay, good speech. This is gonna become a good city now. Cool place. I mean, it already was cool, but man. This is just a nice looking city. Alright, is that the end of that then? Oh no, we gotta talk to Elfino. Okay. What now? That was a fine speech, Master Chai. I believe your words stirred the very soul in attendance. Or stirred every soul. Stirred them to action, I hope. If I have learned anything from all of this, it is that change begins with the individual. It's but a matter of finding the strength to take the first step. Assuming my fellow Morans can, it shall be my honor and privilege to help them walk this road we have chosen. But we must not forget the individuals who made all these changes possible. That's me. Were it within my power, I would carve a tribute to your heroism into every stone upon which the city stands. We could have a statue of me. I had to change the subject, darling, but now that you have officially taken office, have you given any thought to your mayoral seat, or mayoral seat? We will not be moving into the Emergent, dearest. It's too big for one thing, and too far from the people for another. We will retain our current residence, and I will govern here in the parlor. Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. I much prefer the view from the parlor. Begging your pardon, Master Chai, but have you got time for a word? Who's this? Oh, it's these people. Yes, of course. Haven Bet, right? What? Oh, that's his name. Alright, that's me. I liked your speech, but there's folk outside the wall. Folk outside these walls, as don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow, and more who are counting their crumbs. If you have a plan to change that, I want to help set things in motion. We have much to discuss. No sooner do I take office than my work begins in earnest. Well, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help, Masumi. I do hope to see you here, see you again before long. Nice. Looks like we got this little arc wrapped up. So I wonder what's next. We may have to go check back in on Alize, see what she's doing. What a day. I don't know what it means exactly. I do know I've got plenty to think about. I sense we all have a great deal to consider. I had resolved to remain here until such time as Eulmore's future was secured, but it's clear to me now that the city's in capable hands. Wow, look at that. I have every confidence that they will find their way. I believe it is time we went on ours. Man, what a cool shot. I was gonna take a screenshot. I can just go back and watch the cutscenes later. So Alphino's leaving too, is he? Seems like everyone's moving on. Everything's changing. I've been thinking about what I should do in all this. Like I told you, I spent most of my life dreaming about living here with my friends in paradise. That paradise is gone, but something's better taking its place, and I reckon I want to be part of it. This Eulmore for the people Master Chai's been going on about ain't gonna build itself, after all. Not that I'm much of a builder. Me and my friends will find a way to make a difference, though. Keep help things changing for the better. A far nobler dream than one to which you clung before, and one I am happy to see we share. Whatever path you choose, I pray for your success. Well then, when you put it like that, there's no going back now, is there? We gotta put a few ideas on how we can do our bit. Just a matter of taking the first step. Music sheet. Okay.